Well, let's talk fall crappie baits. You can see behind me I've got some standing trees here, and the crappie are in them pretty thick right now. We're at the beginning of November and they are absolutely on fire. So I want to share a few baits with you that I've been using that's helped me catch a lot of crappie over the last few weeks. So let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so I'm going to go over some of the head sizes that I use, a couple of different baits, and one little technique that's really helped me catch a lot of fish. But if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. Alright guys, so I've been using two different setups. I've been using ACC crappie stick on a Daiwa Revros with 4-pound test line. It's a really good setup there. I love those ACC crappie sticks. The other rod that I've been using is a Phoenix Feather series. It's a 7'1" medium on a Daiwa Revros 2000 size 4-pound test. I've been running a double jig setup on that. We'll talk a little bit more about it here in just a second. It's a really good rod. It's not exactly meant for crappie fishing, but believe it or not, it's worked really well. It's super light. But okay, so let's go over some of the head sizes that I like to use. I pour my own heads. So I have a lot of different colors. I love playing around with colors, but I'm going to go from 1/32 to 1/16 ounce to an 1/8 ounce, something like that right there. Like I said, I love playing around with different colors on crappie jigs. There's a blue, I've got red, chartreuse, alewife, black, you name it, I've got it down in here. So that's something that I want to talk about is, as I found out over the last few weeks, is a lot of times the crappie will get adapted to seeing it. If they're in that same tree and you're throwing that bait over and over in there, they're going to get used to seeing that. And I've noticed that if I change that head color up just a little bit, that they're going to usually eat it, what I've noticed. But one of the other little things that I'm going to talk to you about is let me find it here, is I've been taking this the Spike It Dip and Glow. It's in the red. I'll put just a little bit usually on the actual throat of the bait, and this really, I think it works. I mean, I'm catching crappie, so I know it has to be working. But like I said, I just want to share some tips with you guys. We're going to go over some of the baits that I've been using, some of the colors. Obviously, one of my favorite ones is Monkey Milk. That's a given with anybody, I would imagine. Another one is that Albino Shad. It's a really good color. If I've got any stain in the water, this Shimmer Shad, it's like a chartreuse with a little bit of black in it. You can see I've actually got a black and chartreuse mixed in there. But that's a really good color. I've got Mayfly. There's the black and chartreuse. And then I'm always going to have this Electric Chicken here. What a name, really, Electric Chicken, but they love it. They absolutely love that color, especially if there's any color in the water. Like I said, I'm playing around with that head color. That's something that you can do. And the good thing about this is crappie jigs are not really that expensive. You know, we can buy a bunch of different colors. A lot of times we can buy like a variety pack and sort of play around and see what they really like. But another little thing before we get into the actual, I'm going to talk just a little bit about the double jig setup. I've been playing around with this Power Bait crappie nibbles, and this stuff is really good. I bought it in white, pink, yellow, chartreuse, you know, just whatever they had at the store. I bought it because it really does work. I've been surprised because I noticed the other day you could actually throw it in there, and if it didn't have it on it, they would not bite it. So that's a pretty neat little thing there. Get you some of that Power Bait crappie nibbles. But let's talk about the double jig setup here and go over it. Okay guys, so I've got a complete video coming out on this double jig setup here. It's going to show you exactly how to tie it, how to fish it, and everything. One of the most important things that I can tell you guys is to run the heavier head on the bottom than versus the top. So run like a 1/16 and then a 1/32, you know, on the top up here. But it's got two different loop knots. You've got a loop knot there and a loop knot there. I try to tie my loop knots as tight as I possibly can. I tied that one really good. You can see there up close to the line, because you don't want it very long, because then it will get wrapped around the bait or the line. The bait will wrap around the line there. But this is a really good setup. Just be very careful. You've got two hooks, so when you're throwing in those trees, you will get snagged sometimes, so be aware of that. But other than that, guys, this is a really good setup right here, man. You can catch 2 at a time if you find them and they're on fire in these schools. But guys, I just wanted to share some really quick baits with you guys. We're going to look at some footage here, and we're going to see some catches. I know you guys like to see some catches and some big old crappie, so let's go ahead and get straight to the footage, guys, and check it out. That feels like a better one. Yeah. Had to give it just a little bitty shake for him to want it. Golly. That might be the ticket. We're gonna try and see. Should keep. 11 inches. Number 6. There don't really seem to be any more big ones in here, so I think I'm going to fire up. Gosh, it's a big one. I just said there wasn't no big ones left in here, guys, and this is a monster. Look at this one right here. Man alive. Alright guys, there you have it. We went over some of our different head colors, the different baits, you know, the double jig setup, everything that you need for fall crappie fishing. We even talked about those Berkley power bait crappie nibbles here. Just get you some different colors and put those one on the hook, and I promise you, you're going to have a really good time. But guys, go down and leave me a comment. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. If you got any questions or comments, you can go down there and leave them in the comments. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. And if you enjoyed the video, leave me a thumbs up. This is Josh with Josh and Hunter's Adventures, and thanks for watching.